Thanks so much for joining us, everybody, today. My name is Danny Torbett, and I am the Analyst Relations Manager for Decisions. I'm the guy that talks to Gartner and Forrester and Everest and all the different analysts about how great we are. And I'm so pleased to be joined again today with Ali DeSantis, Senior Solutions Project Manager, and Brandon Roberts, a Solution Architect, and Stephanie Trusty, one of our developers. Everybody say hi. Uh, Thanks for joining us so much. Ali, we're so excited to have you back to talk about our marketplace accelerators. But before we do that, let me make a couple of quick plugs. We have another webinar coming up next week, Thursday, December 19th, 2 to 3 p.m., with our partner Digital Experience Labs, DX Labs, about the insurance industry. We have a bunch of customers in the insurance space, and we've been interviewing those customers on how they're using the platform and interesting new use cases. So be sure to check us out for that. Thursday, December 19th, I'll be joined by Santa and his helpers and all of the reindeer. Um, and then be sure to check us out March 18th through the 20th. We'll be at SAP Insider in Las Vegas. Go to decisions.com to check out all of our events, register there. So we are so excited again to have Ali back with us from our accelerators team, our solutions team. I want to make sure that everyone knows that we've updated our resource center, and it's a great place for you to get caught up on everything that's been happening in the marketplace. Some of our previous ones are listed here, from streamlining document manager to accelerating your use cases with the solutions team. All of these webinars are available online, on demand, whenever you want to take a look. So be sure to check them out. Also, some interesting stuff on Project Hub and our most recent release, and a really cool one on automation using AI and process mining with our customer fire recovery. Go to decisions.com/resource center to watch those. There we go. Hey, we're going to have some Q&A at the end of the session, of course. But you don't have to wait until then. We've got a bunch of people on here from Decisions to answer questions for you in live time. So don't be shy in the chat. Just pipe in and let us know. So what we're going to cover today is a little bit about what are the marketplace accelerators and how they help you go from zero to hero in your decisions implementation, looking for new use cases, and really getting the maximum value from the decisions platform. We'll talk about some of the newly released builds that Ali and the team have been working on, and we'll focus today with a demonstration from Stephanie on AI insights with call coaching. We'll show you how to get access to all the accelerators and give you a kind of a vision for what's coming in the next quarter, and then how to link up with the team. Ali, this team has grown exponentially since I started at Decisions. Can you introduce Stephanie and Brandon to us and talk a little bit more about the Decision Solutions engineering team?
Yeah, thanks, Danny. Yeah, we keep growing because we have to keep up with all the projects we've got in the pipeline. So got to keep moving. Yeah, I am Allie. I'm the project manager for the solutions engineering team. I work very closely with Stephanie, Brandon, and Althea. They are the solutions architects. Amazing. And under the guidance of Will Pedersen, our VP of product support, or I'm sorry, of product and support services. And then our dedicated developers, we've got Sufyan, Sajinya, Mahesh, Ayushi, Kaushik, Asif, and Chandana, and it keeps growing.
I love it. Such a great team.
Yeah. So what does our team do? We are dedicated to building applications that help our customers accelerate their projects into production. That's our goal. Our team of expert decisions developers deliver these projects to the App Store and the marketplace, and they address the common pain points in development so that your use cases can get into production faster.
Absolutely. That's so valuable. When you start off in the decisions platform, the it can be overwhelming, right? Where do I start? It's so great to have these accelerators as starting points for customization to build out use cases inside of your decisions implementation. What Tell us a little bit more about what they are.
Yeah. So all of our projects highlight what's possible in building and decisions. So we offer pre-built microservices that deliver valuable applications that you would otherwise need to purchase elsewhere or develop yourself. This reduces the time to value and encourages new projects for your backlog. All of the projects are built using Decisions best practices, so they also give you examples of how to do things best in Decisions. And that's because they're built by the Decisions experts, my team.
Very
So
nice.
they come complete with documentation. And as a reminder, the Decisions App Store is available at no additional cost. It is located in the studio in the My Apps folder for versions 8 and newer. And that's loaded with various applications and modules that will assist in development.
Very cool. Let's talk about the marketplace.
Yeah, yeah. So you can browse all of these applications on our website in the marketplace. If you hadn't heard, we launched the Decisions Marketplace. This is a site dedicated to our community to offer additional value to the tool. Um, so if you haven't gone to the marketplace, it is a public facing view of the App Store. Do you want to go to the next slide, Danny, for me?
Yeah, sure.
And so giving that front facing view, it's the central location for anyone, even if they don't have the decisions tool yet and they're just
Mhm.
looking, for them to browse projects and applications that were built in decision. Go ahead, next one.
Mhm.
Yeah. So in the decisions marketplace, we want to showcase projects built by our decisions community and our internal solutions engineering team. Um, and so, as a contributor to the marketplace, our customers and partners can gain exclusive access to self managed portals. They can publish content and applications, and they can connect directly with their target audience. This will give them insight so they can grow their business. Um, to become a contributor, visit our website at marketplace.decisions.com and you can just click sign up. And then don't forget about our community site. So this houses our new and improved forum. This is where you can exchange ideas and information for best practices and decisions with other community members. You can also gain access to our documentation and training links. And in the coming months, we're going to add upcoming events and new initiatives.
I love it. Be sure to check
Um,
that out at community.com, or excuse me, community.decisions.com.
yeah, and also folks can go to our corporate site if that's the site that they're most familiar with, and there is a link there. As you mentioned, Danny, you can go to community.decisions. You can also go to marketplace.decisions. So we're all over the place. You'll find
Yeah,
us.
we're covering the gamut, man. Wide net, wide net. Let's talk about some of the new stuff that you guys have been working on recently. And it looks like you have been very busy this year.
We have been very, and Danny, this is just last quarter.
That's crazy. I love it.
So we've got loan origination. So this is a system that empowers non-technical users to streamline loan applications. Users can configure rules and workflows with ease. We've got compliance task launcher. This tool was designed to enhance compliance efficiency. You can manage policies, tests, and reporting through structured workflows and scheduled tasks. We've got document management. This facilitates efficient version upgrades. So you can review documents, approve them, and then send them on to the next queue. This is ideal for operation teams handling document revisions. And then you'll see a lot of AI driven applications. So this one is autocomplete questionnaire with AI.
Yeah.
That one is an AI-driven questionnaire response system that uses a vectorized database and ChatGPT, gives you accurate, insightful answers tailored to the user's needs. Yep. Next up, we've got DocuSign Enhancer. So this enhances the DocuSign module. So if you are in the App Store, you'll see the DocuSign modules available. This project works with that to automate status checks. It has a management dashboard and detailed metrics so that you can streamline the signing process.
Believe it or not, it's not as easy as they say.
Yeah.
DocuSign is a nightmare. That's very cool.
Yeah, it's not straightforward. So we built this so that users can make that a little bit easier of a process in their signing.
That's a great idea. Keep going.
We've got email traffic control. This simplifies the email infrastructure by automating folder structures, scheduled tasks, and user actions. So this gives you complete control and actionable reporting. Inventory management. So for any IT folks, this is a tool to track and manage IT assets, consumables, and office equipment across locations, ensuring streamlined allocation and condition tracking. And then, oh, sorry, one more on that one.
Oh,
KPI
sorry.
assignment tracker.
My mouse is going crazy today, Ellie. I'm sorry.
That's okay. We got KPI assignment tracker. This empowers teams to monitor project execution with real-time visibility into KPIs. This includes open assignments, overdue tasks, and warning thresholds.
Very cool.
All right, last up from the solutions team before we get into the much anticipated demo, we've got bulk Jira ticketing. This automates Jira integrations and accelerates project delivery. So it's designed to streamline ticket creation and management at scale. Configure price quote offers precise and automated quotation generation by giving you accurate quotes for price book items and bundles, applying pre-configured discounts. This will enhance sales and procurement workflows. And then we've got case state trigger. This enables automated task management in complex workflows. And then finally, email campaign, which helps manage and automate communications with event-driven precision.
Very cool. Before we go on any further, everybody, I'm going to do what they tell you never to do in a PowerPoint presentation. I'm going to go back and I'm going to actually, highlight, right? These enhancements, the marketplace, right, and the community are designed to help you see time to value quicker in your implementation of decisions and the investment that you've made to see a greater return on investment earlier in your journey with us. If you are a decisions customer and you're watching this and you've just now heard of the marketplace for the first time, go there, right? Because we're all under pressure in IT departments to reduce spend. And over the next couple of years, you might be looking to replace point solutions that do these things, right? And maybe you don't need the full suite of those capabilities, or maybe you want to really customize it and make it more your own. We give you the building blocks to start that journey to be able to reduce IT spend for other point solutions and get more out of your implementation of decisions. Very cool.
All
Now,
right.
let's get to the good stuff. I'm so excited to have Stephanie Trusty here, one of our crack decisions developers, who is going to talk to us a little bit about AI call coaching. Allie, can you kind of set her up here and kind of give us a summary of this slide, what this accelerator is going to accomplish?
Yeah, what we're all here to see today, we've got AI call coaching. This is a tool designed to help businesses gain meaningful insights from their call data and transcripts. So, whether you're in sales or customer service, team leadership, this application will offer capabilities that go beyond the traditional sales tools. So, you can look forward to seeing how we'll explore and define custom prompt tasks for ChatGPT, perform sentiment analysis, and automate call analysis to save time and drive impactful results. So I'm going to give it to Stephanie, and she's going to show you what we got.
Right on. Stephanie, thanks so much for joining us today. I'm going to stop sharing because my mouse is so jacked up. I'll let you go ahead and share your screen when you're ready. You can take us through this interesting accelerator. Stephanie, how long have you been with Decisions?
Oh, wow. Do I remember? I think I'm coming up on 3 years as of January. I believe I'll have been here for 3 years. Yeah.
I love
Uh,
it.
very,
Outstanding. Me
very
too.
exciting. Oh, awesome. What a coincidence.
Yeah, I love that. Thanks so much
Great.
for joining us today.
Yeah, absolutely. So happy to be here demoing at my first webinar. Again, my name is Stephanie Trusty. I'm a solutions engineering developer, and today I'll be demoing the AI call coaching project. Hopefully, everyone can see my screen.
Mhm.
Okay, great. Then
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and get started. So the AI call coaching accelerator was definitely built with sales call coaching in mind, but at its core, it's actually a prompt management framework. So this is going to allow you to define specific prompts that are unique to an entire department, specific groups within a department, or individual team members within those groups, and then run a textual piece of data against your prompts and extract information, verify details of that text, and also obtain performance metrics for your team members. So, out of the box, the project does integrate with Gong. So, it runs as a scheduled job. And each time the scheduled job runs, it will retrieve your transcripts via Gong and then determine the associated team member for that transcript. So, that'll typically be the primary speaker on the call. And then it'll obtain all of the associated prompts for that team member, the group that they belong to, and the department that they belong to, and run your transcript against that data. So you'll be able to configure the scheduled job to run at your desired frequency based on your particular needs. That being said, though, there's a lot you can do with this project outside of this sales call coaching context. So, some other possible use cases might be a call center context. So, let's say that I manage a team at a call center and I want to know if my team members have been pushing particular promotions or sales, if they've been adhering to our particular standards or processes. So, are they doing end of call surveys, things like that? Other use cases might be providing textual data from a contract, conference proceedings, court proceedings as well, and extracting particular details, making sure that all the information there is correct and verified. One possible example that I maybe just thought of is actually verifying change of address. So, for example, if I had a leasing agreement, I could ask ChatGPT through one of my prompts, "Hey, can you tell me what are the terms of the lease? What's the date? Is this in the state that I expect it to be? Like, what's the address on this leasing agreement?" And verify that for me. So, there's a lot of versatility and ways to tweak the project to apply to your specific business needs and use cases.
Cool.
So there are two main groups we have in mind for this project. The first is going to be administrators. These are going to be the individuals that actually manage the departments and groups. And the second group are leaders. So these are leaders of a group that are going to be responsible for providing feedback and reviewing calls for their team member for performance metrics and coaching. So in the project, you would start out here on this administrator homepage. This is a pretty simple parent-child report. It'll show you all of your departments and all of the groups within the departments. You would go here first to actually create your department. I already have a couple of departments set up. So I have a sales department, professional services, customer services, and each has their own specific concerns and information that they would want to be able to get from a large language model based on what they do and also based on their own specific pain points and areas of improvement that they like to focus on. So, for example, we'll take a look at my sales department. Really, when I define a department, I'll give them a name. I can also say if I want the scheduled job to run for that department. So there might be periods of time where I'm not as concerned about having my scheduled job run and retrieving information or metrics for a particular group. So I can just toggle that off and on quickly based on my needs. I also have my call integration settings. This is where I would provide my integration information for Gong. But again, if you're using a different resource to obtain your data, this might not be as relevant to you. But the key functionality is here on the right-hand side with these prompt tasks. So this is where I would define the tasks that should apply to all groups and all team members in my department. So for my sales group, I always want a brief summary of all of our calls. I want to know what was talked about just really quickly at a high level. But for my professional services group, I might want some more technical information as compared to sales. So for this group, I want to know what kind of infrastructure needs were discussed in all of our calls. I always want to be able to capture that information. But then I can dig a little bit deeper with my groups and specify tasks that are more specific to what those individual groups actually do and their functionality. So with my project managers, I'm concerned with project requirements. So I always want to have a prompt task that's going to tell me what requirements were discussed in the call. Likewise, with my architects, I'm concerned about any upcoming dates and deadlines. When do we need to have certain functionality implemented for our project that we're working on? And so I can define tasks that are specific to that. Coming back to my sales department, I have a direct sales group, a channel sales group, and an account management group. So with channel sales, I'm kind of focused on, are they promoting some of our additional products? Are they pushing any upsales? Are they mentioning things like accelerators or the marketplace or the app store? And so I can specify tasks related to that. Likewise, with my direct sales group, I'm concerned about, are our customers mentioning any concerns or objections on the calls? Do they have a lot of questions? So for that group, I've defined a task that'll tell me, hey, how many questions came up during this call? So with that in mind, I can then dig a little bit deeper into my departments and groups. So there's an overview page for the department. This is a really simple parent-child report that just tells me what are the groups within that department and who are the team members within that department. But I can also get some information about the calls that are specific to that department, and that's through this all call logs page. So this gives me a quick at a glance view of all of our call reviews. It's grouped by each individual group within that department. And so I could see the name of the call, the team leader, the team member that's associated with the call. I can also see sentiment analysis score. So the project comes with two prompt tasks out of the box that will apply to all to all transcripts globally. The first is sentiment analysis. So this is just going to give you an idea of what was the tone of the call. How enthusiastic did the customer sound? Did they seem interested in the product? And then the second task is going to be a sentiment analysis score. So this is essentially a way of kind of quantifying that tone metric, right? So it's on a scale from 1 to 5. One would indicate pretty low interest and a lack of enthusiasm. 5 is an excellent call. Everyone was very energetic, very enthusiastic, and excited about the product. And obviously, our goal is to coach our team to get to 4s and 5s. I can also see the reviewer rating. So this is done by the group leader, and this essentially just allows them to provide feedback on the call, and also just guidance for their team members on how to improve and highlighting what they did well. We'll talk a bit later specifically about reviews. Um, as an administrator, though, this also allows me some insight into the groups themselves. So I can see the state over here on the right hand side, and I can see whether or not the call is open. Is it in review? So the review's been started but not completed, or if it's been finished. And this allows me to have some accountability for my leaders. I can say, hey, Steph is the leader of this direct sales group, and she has a ton of calls that have not been reviewed. So her team members aren't getting the benefit of her coaching.
Typical sales director.
There's a reason I'm in solutions because I definitely would probably be that person forgetting to review my calls. I can then step a layer deeper and actually look at the groups now. So, likewise, on the group's overview page, I can see all of the team members in my group and I can see their calls. I can see their sentiment analysis score and a little bit of information about the review that was conducted, if it was conducted. So I can see Leon has a couple of a couple of calls that I did review. And this is just a quick parent child report that allows me to see at a glance what's going on with each team member. I can dig in a little bit further through the all call logs report. And similarly, this is going to give me information about each team member's calls. It's grouped based on the team member. So I can see their sentiment analysis scores at a glance and their ratings as a glance.
Good.
And then finally, I can step one layer deeper and get some key information and insights about a specific team member. So on the team member overview page, I have this great line chart that shows me their average sentiment analysis score over time, as well as their average reviewer rating over time. So this dark blue line is actually Leon's average sentiment analysis score over time. And I can see it's pretty consistent, tends to be at a 4 overall. This red line is going to be Leon's average reviewer rating over time. We expect this to be pretty low since I haven't reviewed some of Leon's calls. So the reviews default to a 0 when they're not reviewed yet.
Or
And
it's the holidays. Give Leon a break, man. He's got
of
the holiday
course,
blues. It's fine.
I'm too hard on Leon.
Don't be so harsh.
I can also see Leon's call logs and the results for them. So this is a simple parent-child report. And so I can see the name of the call, again, the sentiment analysis score and reviewer rating. But I can
Mhm.
also see how the call performed on those prompt tasks that we defined. So this header field is just going to tell me who or what that particular task is associated with. So these two settings tasks, those are those out of the box sentiment analysis tasks that I spoke about earlier. I can see the department task, so that call summary task that I mentioned at the beginning. I can see this task that was specified by Leon's group leader, which is me, to extract the question count. But I also
Mhm.
have a task that's specific to Leon as an individual, to extract the number of objections that came up in his call. So if I want to see in more detail Leon's AI results, I can just simply click on the All AI Results page. And this is going to allow me to see in more detail the specific information that came back as a result of running those prompt tasks. So I can see in detail that the customer expressed interest, enthusiasm, and a desire to collaborate based on this
Mhm.
one sentiment analysis task. I can see the sentiment analysis score of 4. I can also see that looks like 8 questions came up in this particular call. And I can use these to make my review for Leon. So I've talked a lot about reviews. How do I actually review the call? So leaders have their own specific dashboard for this, which I'll navigate to now. And this essentially functions like a queue, a work queue.
Mhm.
So on the right, I have my team members. This is everyone that's a member of my group. And I can just click into them and see their task if I wanted to. It will return me to that page we were just on earlier, the team member overview page. And I also have open call logs. So I have a state filter that I can adjust. So if I want to see everything that's open, I can. This would show me everything that I haven't reviewed yet. Or I can just look specifically at those tasks that I started to review, but maybe didn't complete if I wanted to return to that work, right? So if I do that, I can then just click into a call. So I'll click into one of Claire's calls.
Okay.
And this takes me to this call details page. So on this page, I can see all the information about the call, including the title, the team member that's associated with it, and the sentiment analysis score. I have a call details section that'll tell me the state. So I can see that it's in review, meaning that I haven't completed the review yet. The purpose section would give me a brief description of the call if one was provided. I also have a link to the call URL. So if I want to go in and specifically watch the call again or listen for myself to factor that into my scoring, I can do that as well. If I had reviewed this call, I would also be able to see the review details. So when I reviewed it, the score I gave it, and any notes or feedback that I left for Claire. At the top on the right, we also have this recent sentiment analysis scores graph. So this allows me to compare the current call that I'm looking at with some of Claire's other calls based on sentiment analysis score. So on this x-axis, I have my um, call IDs. And then
Mhm.
on the y-axis, I have my sentiment analysis scores on a scale from 1 to 5. And then I can also see these AI prompt results. So again, I can factor these into my review for Claire.
I have a
So
quick question from the gallery. Our friend
absolutely.
Miguel wants to know who does the sentiment analysis? Well, you do it or does the LLM do it?
The LLM does the sentiment analysis. All of the prompt tasks are performed by the LLM.
Right on. Thanks for letting me get a question in there. Keep going.
Yeah,
You're killing it.
absolutely.
Thanks for the
Interrupt
question,
me
Miguel.
anytime. So when I want to review the call, I simply just click on the review call task.
Mhm.
And so now I have this nice little workflow where I can simply just pull this form to the side and I can reference the AI prompt results as well as the other recent sentiment analysis scores for Claire and factor that into my review for her. So I can see her sentiment analysis score is a 4. This is consistent with previous calls and ones that were later. So maybe after reviewing the call, I agree with that. And I might want to give some feedback. So just looking at it, I can see quite a few questions came up. Looks like 14 questions. Some next steps were identified. So I might want to mention those things in my review. So nice work, but let's try to anticipate certain questions in advance so we can maybe minimize those uncertainties from the customers. I might also want to highlight, don't forget next steps. And the great thing about it is because I can specify these tasks for a specific team member, I can
Mhm.
go in and edit Claire's prompts and add additional prompts based on the observations I had during my call reviews.
That's big. That's
Yes. And then I would simply save it. And if I refresh again, I can see these review details and the comments that I made. I can also see this through the log summary action. This is available through all of the reports that have these call logs in them. So I would
Mhm.
just be able to click on it and quickly see the call details, review details, and call log results. And that's all I got. Thanks so much for your time.
That is amazing, Stephanie. I definitely think we're going to poach you over to sales. That was an amazing presentation. Some really critical takeaways from what you just showed us. The call center analysis, call coaching is critical, especially to sales organizations. But if you think about what you've built here, Stephanie, beyond that, right, the ability to connect it to different data sources, not just different call platforms like WebEx or Zoom or whatever, right? But to documents or databases or whatever, you've built now this sort of prompt management hub, right? To where you can go in and use specific hubs for different groups, different individuals, right? And even be able to change those at a really granular level. And that's really valuable. If you think about it, just beyond this use case alone, there's a myriad of different uses for this sort of prompt management capability that could really help jumpstart your implementation of decisions. That is super cool. Let me go ahead and share. Great work. Allie, that was awesome. If people want to learn more about accelerators and especially this one, um, where can they go?
Yeah, let me plug Stephanie again real quick because Steph not
Please.
only did that amazing demo, but she also built it. So
Yeah.
she can do it all in the team. So no, sales can't have her. Um, if anybody on the audience would like a personalized demo, we're happy to do that. We can do that for AI call coaching or any of the projects that are available in the App Store. You can contact me at accelerators.decisions.com, or you can reach out directly to your customer success manager and they will be happy to facilitate that meeting.
Yeah, absolutely. And, one other thing that I didn't point out as well is that in decisions, we're in version 9.3, we give you the ability to connect to not just OpenAI, which released about, I don't know, 16 months ago, but we've also added modules for Google's Gemini and Claude's Anthropic. So now, as you're thinking about how to introduce AI into workflows and automations that you're doing in the decisions platform, you can compare them based on performance, but also cost, right? If you're building something that uses AI and it needs to happen a million times a year, you probably want to figure out how much that's costing you. So really cool. What's kind of on the roadmap as we move into the new year, Allie?
Yeah, we don't have a slide big enough to say everything that we're doing this year. So I'll just talk about the things that are coming out here in like January, February. So
Cool.
Q1, these will be out. So we've got another AI project, which is Content Question Engine. This is going to streamline your knowledge management process. It's an AI powered solution to enhance team efficiency and data accessibility. You can leverage the advanced vector database integration to enable precise and dynamic querying for optimal answers.
That's cool.
Yeah, a lot of things going on in that project, but it's actually just wrapped up today, so it'll be released here in a few weeks as we get past the holidays. And then we have CSV Validator. This application is designed to improve the process of working with CSV files.
Mhm.
So it allows users to upload CSV files easily, enabling them to manage and validate their data. With the tool, users can add, edit, or delete rules for specific rows and columns within the file, ensuring that data integrity and consistency. The application is a user-friendly interface, so it makes it accessible for both beginners and advanced users. Um, Basically, we want to simplify the task of working with large data sets. So that'll be that project coming out in Q1. And then lastly, got another big project, which is dynamic tasking. That's a system designed to streamline the management of recurring ad hoc workflows across teams. So this offers flexibility and precision. At its core, the tool uses a structured approach to assign, monitor, and complete tasks in a specific sequence. So you can define task sequences using customizable templates, um, and then assign them to users, departments, or customers. These sequences ensure that activities progress in a clear and logical order, whether they're part of a recurring process or just a one-time need.
Very cool. Very cool. How do you get access to the marketplace? If you're a Decisions customer, where do you go?
Yeah, so we've mentioned it a lot throughout, so that everybody really knows where you can find all of these awesome projects that Stephanie and the rest of the crew has built. They're all available at no additional cost for anybody on V8 or newer. This is in the Decision Studio and the My Apps folder. But also, as I said, we've now launched our marketplace, so you can get that front-facing view. You can visit that at marketplace.decisions.com. All of the projects come with thorough documentation and YouTube videos. And then you can also join us quarterly for our webinars to review what's new. So all of those ones I just mentioned in the previous slide about what's coming up, I'm sure we'll have a webinar showcasing
Oh,
one of
yeah.
those.
Better
So,
believe it.
yep. So we appreciate everybody joining today. We'd love to get some feedback. So let us know what you'd like to see in the App Store. We're always open to ideas, what customers think would really benefit them, and get them into production a little faster.
Mm.
Um, Also, if you find something in the App Store or the marketplace that really seems like it's going to fit your use case, but you're not sure how to implement or customize, um, get in touch with me. Um, I'll be happy to assist in that process for you or get you with the person that can help you with implementing into your project.
If you're
Um,
thinking about building something in Decisions, you should go to accelerators. You should go to the marketplace first, right? There's no need to reinvent the wheel. We're already thinking ahead for you. These are great starters for you to realize more value in the platform and get things done faster. Make your
I'm
life.
Oops, sorry, Danny. I'm glad you said that because we found a lot of customers go
Mhm.
ahead and build out or struggle building out some of the things that are available in the App Store currently at no additional cost, or they go and purchase software somewhere else and are paying an exorbitant amount for the license for other software when they could just download it for free.
That's
So
right.
I'm really glad you said that.
Yeah, man. I think about a customer, I don't know, maybe about a year back when we had just released a dynamic questionnaire
Mhm.
accelerator. And that was a game changer, right? They had, were beating their heads against a wall on how to build a dynamic questionnaire for an application that they were building. And we just handed that to them.
Yeah.
Go to the marketplace and look at accelerators, everybody.
And then also, if anybody wants a deeper dive demo, like I said, contact me at accelerators@decisions.com, or you can contact your customer success manager and we'll get in touch.
And if there's any customers that are in this webinar today, go to community.decisions.com, join the forum, right? Connect with other decisions developers and users all over the world, learn about new use cases. I don't think that we have any other questions at this point. Thanks everybody so much for your participation today. It's been a pleasure connecting with everybody right before the holidays. Ali, thank you so much. Stephanie, you're killing it. What a great application and a great presentation. Brandon, thanks for joining me.